Feeling hopeless. When you lose your vision, you feel like you're under house arrest and you haven't committed a crime. Education was the key, and I knew there was something out there for the blind. And the biggest help that I've gotten in Columbus has been from the GCB.
I would suggest that they join the Georgia Council of the Blind in hopes that they can get out of it as much as I have. The Georgia Council of the Blind has really helped me.
Hello and welcome back to another special edition of Unity. We're here on location with the Georgia Council of the Blind. It is their 53rd annual convention, and I have their first vice president, Bill Holly, who is with us all the way from Athens, Georgia chapter. And we want to go ahead and say welcome to Unity.
Well, thank you, Pam, and thanks for having me.
And you are welcome. Tell my viewers all about you and how did you come into the chapter?
Well, I started out working with the Athens Council of the Blind many years ago as a volunteer. Actually, I used to bring a number of the members to state meetings and events. And as the Lord would have it, one day I had started having issues with my own vision, and actually became a person with a visual impairment and legally blind. So I was already active in an organization that I became a member of because of my own loss of sight.
You know, I like the way you spoke about the Lord, and you was already sowing into people and bringing them to the Georgia Council of the Blind. And so when you had the opportunity to now become a person who gives back, what is that like for you?
Well, it was real different because as long as I was an advocate, and I saw it from an advocate's point of view, an advocate's perspective, I would say things like, I would be encouraging and say, you know, whatever the situation is, we can handle it. And I would listen to the stories that they would tell me and say, well, you know, I know it's rough, but, you know, in the back of my mind, nothing can be that bad, and we can make it happen. Once I became a person with a visual impairment myself, I recognized that all the things that I had been told, now I was suffering those same consequences. So my whole attitude, complete change. I recognized things like employment. I never had a problem getting a job. People look for me to go to work. People came out and sought me to go and take jobs. People asked me to come and work for them. Once I became visually impaired, those opportunities kind of dried up, and I would have to tell people, I'm the same Bill Holly that you knew 4 or 5 years ago who had sight. Same brain, I'm the same person. The only difference is that I can't see as well. So I bring the same qualities to the table as a blind person that I had when I was a sighted person. So what's the problem? And I think that what I discovered was all the things that people who have visual impairment have been telling me all along, that people tend not to see people with visual impairments as whole people. And it's very sad because we have so many persons with a visual impairment that have so much human potential. And I think it's a great, real loss to society for not taking advantage of the values and of the opportunities that these people would bring to their businesses and whatever else they may strive to do surrounding any kind of human service situation, or for that matter, any kind of service at all. That people with visual impairments are very good employees, and they're good people, and there's nothing wrong with them. You lose your sight doesn't mean that you lost who you are.
You know, I think a lot of times, Bill, do you feel it's because people do not understand, you know, the sighted community? Maybe we don't understand the blind community because we haven't been there. Do you think it's some ignorance on our part of it? I
think it's some of that, but I think you have to take a look at our society as a whole, and it's a bigger picture. It's always a bigger picture. When you look at society as a whole, this is a sighted society.
Right.
And everything around us is built for people who have vision. Okay, and they don't recognize that the little things that would be helpful to a person who may have a visual impairment would be helpful to sighted people too.